So one of the few games that people are looking forward to is Call of Duty Black Ops 7, a game that is supposed to follow the Black Ops 6 game that we got a couple of months ago back in 2024. That was a game that I don't know. I feel like it was a decent game. It was pretty solid, but then I mean, it got a meta score of 82 and a user score of 6.5. And even though the game modes and the story mode were pretty good, it's just I don't know. I feel like a lot of people were upset about what Activision did when they shut down um, that video game project where developers were trying to remake one of the older Call of Duty games. It left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths, and I feel like that's something that kind of had a negative impact on the reception of the game. But despite that, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 actually did good business because it grossed $1 billion in like 10 days. So I think Call of Duty for the most part, the franchise is it's going in a good direction. I feel like with Black Ops 7, um, we're definitely going to see some things that people are going to be happy about. Um, as far as like Black Ops 7 is concerned, we have no idea when that's going to come out, but apparently there have been details about the game that has been leaked. And this is something that I basically read on Inside Gaming. Basically, the story's supposed to take place in 2035. It's supposed to follow the events of Black Ops 2, a game that came out back in 2012. The story mode is going to have four-player co-op mode. It's going to have a huge open world map known as Avalon. There's going to be, zombies mode is going to make a return, and you're going to have like the original crew return from like the older game. And I feel like for the most part, like the zombies coming back is something that a lot of people are going to be happy about. The multiplayer mode is something that's going to be vast, and um it's gonna allow like a whole horde of players, like up to 64 players, because the multiplayer is supposed to be 32 versus 32. And honestly, I guess like the setting is supposed to have a futuristic Japanese like tone to it. And I do feel like all the stuff that I just mentioned is something that looks very, very intriguing. And I do feel like it's something that people would definitely check out, even if the price of the game is going to be expensive, because we know that like this game is most likely going to come out sometime later this year because Activision, they always put out like new Call of Duty games every year. And similar to last year, I feel like it's going to come towards the end of 2025. And the thing about that is, I have no idea what the price is going to be, but it's probably going to be something that people are going to be pissed about because the cost of gaming is increasing. And then you have these, the tariffs that's going to, it's supposed to go into effect in July. So I don't know. It's probably going to be more expensive than Mario Kart World, which is like $80. And the reason I say that is because it's a Call of Duty game. Call of Duty games normally are expensive, and the franchise is worth billions. And the question I have is whether or not Black Ops 7 is going to come to the Switch too, because I know Microsoft and Nintendo had some type of agreement that they signed where I guess Microsoft was supposed to be bringing more Call of Duty games to Nintendo consoles within the next 10 years or whatever. And I don't know. I just know that the quality is not going to be as good on the Switch 2 if it does happen, because the Switch 2 is supposed to have, PS4 graphics and all that. Um, I do know it's going to be on like the main consoles like the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and PC and whatever. But yeah, I mean, I feel like Activision is doing whatever they can to slowly win back their fan base, because a lot of people are still pissed off about the fact that they're not remaking older games. instead just like taking certain like stages and levels from the older Call of Duty titles and just remaking them or remodding them and all that stuff. But it is what it is, and I understand that Activision's doing whatever they can to try and make more revenue on a yearly basis. But I don't know. I feel like in terms of like stories and stuff like that, they've actually been on a roll. Like the story for Black Ops 6 was really intriguing. I feel like the story and the way Black Ops 7 is going to look is going to be interesting as well. Um, I don't think there's been an official announcement for Call of Duty Black Ops 7, but we know it's definitely going to happen. And I'm hoping we get some type of announcement or reveal trailer, I guess, before the summer. But I don't know. Nothing is necessarily promised or guaranteed. But yeah, a lot of people are looking forward to Black Ops 7 in terms of whether or not it's going to be better than its predecessor. And yeah, we're just going to be sitting back and waiting for more details to appear as time goes by.